Welcome to 6th grade history. This is lesson 168 and 169. So you are going to be taking your test tomorrow on Thursday. So that's according to the schedule. So hopefully you are on track with that and you're ready for this. So we're going to do our last review. And if you need more review on one of the other lessons that I did as review, then you can go back and watch that video, or you can just have somebody quiz you on some of these things in the book. So those are available. Those are will still be available for you to use for review if you need it before you take the test. All right. So first of all, I'm going to start asking some questions. The first thing is that you do have a quiz. Your last quiz 39. It's over the map of North and South America and some different things on both. You guys, I put that information in for your homework yesterday so that you would study for that. And so hopefully you have. And so you can pause the video, go take the quiz, and then we'll jump into review. All right, I hope you did well on the quiz if you've taken it, and if you haven't, then I hope you do well when you take it. We also have map skill sheet. This is the last one. In the last video, I forgot to mention it, but I did put it in the description of the video. So if you saw that, hopefully, but it was also on your paper. I did put that there. So you were supposed to do the across section of map skill sheet 44, and today we're doing the down. If for some reason you didn't finish, you didn't get the memo, you do both and use that as part of your review for the test, okay? So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into reviewing. We're gonna review today over chapters 15 through 18, okay? So we did chapters 1 through 6, the first review day, chapters 7 through 14, the second review day, and today is chapters 15 through 18. So I will go, we'll go fast, and but I will make sure that you guys are ready for this test, okay? The two large peninsulas located in Mexico. What are the two large peninsulas located in Mexico? There's Baja California and the Yucatan Peninsula. Very good. Which river that forms part of the border between U.S. and Mexico? It's the river that forms part of the border between the U.S. and Mexico. The Rio Grande. Very good. All right. The narrow strip of land separating the Gulf of Mexico from the Pacific Ocean. Narrow strip of land separating the Gulf of Mexico from the Pacific Ocean. This is right by the Yucatan Peninsula. It's the Isthmus of Tehuantepec. Very good. All right, Mexico's western mountain range is what? Sierra Madre Occidental. So their western mountain range is the Occidental. Their eastern mountain range is what? The Sierra Madre Oriental. Okay, so you think of the Orient as in the east. So that's why they're eastern. That's one way to remember it. So the Sierra Madre Occidental is on the west side. The Sierra Madre Orientals on the east side of Mexico. Okay. What is the land that lies between Mexico's two mountain ranges? Okay. Between those two is what? The Mexican Plateau. Very good. And then Mexico's highest point is what? Citlactepetl. Some of these words, remember, I have trouble saying them, so I'm doing the best I can with that. What is the extinct volcano known as White Woman? Iztaccíhuatl. That's another one, yeah. Okay, what is the volcanic mountain known as Smoking Mountain? Popocatépetl. And then this one might be a little more well known to you guys, but a volcano that erupted from a cornfield and buried two villages. Paracutin. This one I do have a firm pronunciation for this one, even if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm right, but I can say that one. Paracutin. The largest lake in Central America is Lake Nicaragua. Lake Nicaragua, very good. Famous Mayan ruins on the Yucatan Peninsula. Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza. Okay. Man-made waterway connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. What's the man-made waterway connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans? The Panama Canal. Very good. All right. Okay, now we're going to be looking at some countries and their description. So the only Central American country in which English is the main language, and the only one without a Pacific coast is what? It's Belize. Belize, okay? Which one is richer than most of the rest of Central America because it has more peaceful and free, because it has been more peaceful and free than its neighbors? Costa Rica, okay, Costa Rica. And you think that Costa Rica means rich coast, so it's richer than any of the other Central American countries, okay? Which is the smallest Western Hemisphere country that is not an island? It's also the most densely populated Central American country on the mainland. See if you can answer before I give all the clues. It's the only Central American country without a Caribbean coast, and the most industrial nation in Central America. El Salvador. El Salvador. Okay, so sorry. Almost fell there. Okay, which has the largest population of any Central American country? Guatemala. Guatemala, very good. And one of the poorest Central American countries, location of Copan, a partially reconstructed ancient Mayan city. Honduras. Honduras is one of the poorest. And Copan is there. All right, and then Central America's largest country is Nicaragua. So if you can keep in mind that the largest lake in Central America is Lake Nicaragua, the largest country is also Nicaragua, so they go together. And then the crossroads of the world and the location of the Panama Canal is Panama. Okay, were you able to say that before I said the second part? Hopefully. All right, we're gonna move right along to our next section. The Italian navigator who sailed for Spain and discovered America. Sailed for Spain and discovered America? Christopher Columbus, very good. Spanish rulers who financed the voyage of Columbus. So who were the Spanish rulers? Ferdinand and Isabella, right? They were the king and queen of Spain. The first European to view the Pacific Ocean was who? Vasco de Balboa, or Vasco Balboa. You can drop the day if you would like. Explorer who renamed the South Sea the Pacific Ocean because it seemed calm. Magellan, okay, Magellan. All right. Who was the freed black slave from the United States who went to Jamaica to preach the gospel? It was George Lyell. Very good. And then the English scientist and Christian who left money in his will to spread the gospel to foreign lands was who? His name was Robert Boyle. Robert Boyle. Who was the leader of the Moravians who encouraged missionaries to go to the West Indians? That was Count Zinzendorf, or Count von Zinzendorf, either one. Who was the friend of John Wesley and the founder of the Methodist missions? Thomas Coke. Thomas Coke, okay? Who was the leader who brought communism to Cuba, making it the first communist dictatorship in the Western Hemisphere? Fidel Castro. And who was the former major in Castro's army who was imprisoned for his stand against communism in Cuba? Huber Matos. Huber Matos, all right. All right, what happened on October 12th, 1492? Columbus discovered America. Where did this event take place? Where did he land? On San Salvador, very good. Who met Columbus on the island of San Salvador? The Arawak Indians. And what other tribe did he meet? The Carib, okay? So the Arawak are the ones that that met him, and then he also met the Carib tribe. Where does the name Caribbean Sea come from? Comes from the Carib tribe, and what does it mean? Cannibals, okay? Cannibals. Where was the first European city in the Americas, and where was it located? Isabella, okay? The first European city in the Americas was Isabella, named after Queen Isabella, and it was located on Hispaniola. Hispaniola, which is also Haiti and the Dominican Republic, okay? All right. What did Columbus discover on his third voyage? His third voyage. The mouth of the Orinoco River in South America. And on his fourth voyage, what did he discover? The Isthmus of Panama. Very good. Where is Mount Pelée located? On the island of Martinique. Martinique. And when did it erupt? In 1902. 1902. Which group of the West Indies are made of coral? The Bahamas. Okay. What are coral reefs? They're colorful formations created by millions of tiny animals called polyps, which secrete limestone, usually found in shallow tropical waters. All right, so you wouldn't have to say all of that, but you do kind of have to know that they're living creatures and they're beautiful. They're made of limestone, okay? What is the main product of the West Indies? Main product of the West Indies is sugar. What is the highest peak in the West Indies? Pico Duarte. Pico Duarte, and where is it located? The Dominican Republic. Good job. What U.S. national park is located in the West Indies? Virgin Islands National Park. Very good. What island is a leading producer of nutmeg and other spices? Grenada. Very good. What nickname has been given to this island? The Isle of Spice. And what do atheists believe? There is no God. And what system of government is atheistic? Communism. What is rationing of food? Giving a fixed daily allowance of food. Why did this happen in Cuba, a country with rich farmland? Well, they suffered crop failures and food shortages because communism takes away of people's incentive to work because personal profit isn't allowed. So you're not getting any extra money for doing more work, or doing better work. So people became lazy, and so then they didn't have as many crops, and they were running out of food. All right. So we'll move on to this. Name the wide plateau found between the eastern and western ranges of the Andes. Okay, that wide plateau is Altiplano. Altiplano, all right? And so this is found in South America. What is the largest animal in South America? It's a hog-like animal called the tapir. Tapir, okay? This is on people, okay? Spanish conquistador whose search for gold led him to kidnap and then kill the Incan ruler Atahualpa. Eventually, he and Pedro de Valdivia controlled most of South America's Indians. Who was that? Francisco Pizarro. Francisco Pizarro. Who was the Portuguese navigator who claimed Brazil for Portugal? Pedro Alvarez Cabral. Who was the man who explored the coasts of Brazil, Uruguay, and Argentina, realized that this land was a new world? Amerigo Vespucci, right? Who was the first European to sail from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean? Ferdinand Magellan, who was also the one to rename the Pacific Ocean instead of the South Sea. Who was the George Washington of South America, leader in the struggle for independence from Spain? Freed Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, and part of Peru. Bolivia was named in his honor. Simón Bolívar. Simón Bolívar. And who was one of the first Protestant missionaries to South America, started schools using the Bible as his main textbook? James Thompson. James Thompson. All right. Last few sections, okay? We'll look at these. So first of all, which city was once the capital of the Inca Empire? Was once the capital of the Inca Empire? Cusco, Peru. Cusco, Peru. What is Ecuador's largest city, chief port, and center of trade? Guayaquil, Ecuador. Guayaquil, Ecuador. What is the oldest permanent European settlement in South America? Cumana, Venezuela. Cumana, Venezuela. Name the city that was once Brazil's capital. Its harbor is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And for bonus points, actually I'm not really giving points, but what's the name of the harbor? Guanabara Bay. Guanabara Bay. Okay. What is the largest city in South America and the industrial center of Latin America? São Paulo, Brazil. São Paulo, Brazil. Which city is the center of trade and commerce for the Amazon basin? Manaus, Brazil. Manaus. Name the important seaport and center of industry in Chile. Valparaiso, Chile. Valparaiso, Chile. Okay. Identify the country. More Indians live here than in any other country. Peru. Okay, so remember that was the capital of the Incan Empire was in Peru. So most of them have stayed there. Some have moved. Its capital is the oldest of all South American capitals. Ecuador. Ecuador has the oldest capital. One of its 2 capitals is the world's highest capital city. Bolivia. And what are the 2 capitals? Sucre and La Paz. Very good. Sucre and La Paz. It was named for Christopher Columbus, the country. Colombia. Very good. It has South America's largest lake and the world's highest waterfalls. Venezuela. Its official language is English. Guyana. It won its independence from the Netherlands in 1975. Suriname. Its population is nearly as large as all the other South American countries combined. Brazil, very good. Because it is a major wheat producer, it is called the granary of the South. Argentina. It is the southernmost South American country. It's Chile, okay? All right. Last couple questions. So these are for geographical places. So one of the driest regions in the world, located west of the Andes on the coastlands of Peru and Chile, is the Atacama Desert. Very good. Highest navigable lake in the world, located on the border of Peru and Bolivia? Lake Titicaca. South America's largest lake, located in Venezuela? Lake Maracaibo. Lake Maracaibo. One of the 7 natural wonders of the world, Rio De Janeiro, is located here. Guanabara Bay. Okay, we looked at that earlier. And then 3 more. Land in South America, or in southern Argentina, much of which is desert, means land of big feet. That's Patagonia, Patagonia. What is the area of fertile grasslands that extends across central Argentina? The Pampas, Pampas. And then the group of islands off the southern tip of South America is known as Tierra del Fuego, Tierra del Fuego. All right. I went through and I found questions from each chapter so that you get a good variety. And so make sure that you study your map masteries and you study these and that you're prepared, okay? So knowing states or countries and capitals will be very helpful. So hopefully these, you've already learned them, but go over those a few times. They're listed at the beginning of each comprehension or chapter checkup, have the South America, Mexico, West Indies, all of those will have that, or you can look in the map masteries and they'll give you those states and countries and capitals, sorry. And then knowing locations of things on your maps will be very helpful. So I'm going to leave it at that. And if you have questions, please let me know. Don't forget to do your map skill sheet 44 down and do the across if you didn't get that done, or if you did half of it, you just didn't know what it all to do and you just started it and you finish it today. Use that to study and do well on the test, and we will see you in the next lesson.